Acolytes. I'm quite surprised why I need to delete the Powerpuff Girls trailer leak from V, or lack of entertainment as he's called here. And yeah, he already made a video. Now I just went in, looked at it, and was like, what's this? So let's see what this is about, because damn, I think after using his the trailer of the Powerpuff Girls, he just got struck, because that's what big companies actually do. So I personally won't do trailers for movies. For games it's not common, but trailer for movies, it's always risky. So just hear what V has to say about this.
Now you may be wondering why I had to delete the previous Powerpuff video.
Yes.
Even though it was pretty popular, was gaining a lot of views, I had to take it down because the bastards from CW are striking it off the face of the internet.
Yep, that's what I
Now,
thought.
sure, you can make the argument that it's fair
Fancy
use,
seeing
and
you
then
here.
you have
Welcome
to
to
haggle with them.
Torwen.
But instead of doing that, I can just
Sorry
talk
about
about it without showing the footage. It is interesting that they're ashamed of it, right? Like, it was supposed to be a female empowerment TV show. It was oozing with feminism. Why were
Should
they
have been.
ashamed of the trailer then? Oh, it got a little bit of a negative reaction? Oh, people don't appreciate your artistic style and choices? Oh, that's so sad.
Wait, did they artistic or autistic? Well, same thing here, so
Oh my goodness.
no difference here.
It's fascinating because the show was canceled. Like, they're not trying to monetize it anymore. And I guess even they are embarrassed about the fact that they paid money for someone to come up with something so atrocious. Everything about it was atrocious, by the way. Because usually, when you look at other shows, like you look at Star Wars, you can say, well, okay, if I was in charge of the production, I don't need to work extra hard in order to make something good, because it's Star Wars. You know, just show a flashy lightsaber duel, show someone going on an adventure, and that's like the bare minimum. And simply because it's Star Wars, you're going to get a 7 out of 10. Like, because you get the IP, you have to struggle less. But in this situation, absolutely everything is shit. Like, first of all, some things look better in cartoons, right? Like seeing a little girl flying around, which is extremely stylized, and she's like Blossom, and she's flying around, and she's doing stuff. It looks great, because it's stylized, it's a cartoon. When you take a real-ass woman, and you make her fly around, it looks incredibly cringe. It looks...
Yeah, it does. I mean, for F's sake, this is just basically... Gonna be honest, F that. It's just, what the fuck are we even looking at here?
incredibly obnoxious. This is why a lot of live adaptation, or when they're trying to take something that exists in anime and they put real humans in it, it looks fucking wrong. Like, seriously, like, think about Dragon Ball, right? You have Goku. He's a little kid, right? And he's getting shot at, and he's beating people up with his stick, and he's doing, like, all sorts of gags with Bulma and stuff, right? Now, if you take that and you replace it with an actual child actor, you put, like, a 5-year-old there, the size of Goku, and he is, like, getting shot at, and he is fighting people, it looks bad. So even the concept of taking something that's cartoon, like Powerpuff Girls, and trying to make it with actual women playing it, what were you thinking? In what world did you think it's going to look good, appealing, cool, or awesome? And so that's like strike number 1. Strike number 2, the makeup team. Like, I actually know this actress. She played in The Shield, in Avengers The Shield. She was oozing with femininity. Like, she was strong, but she also looked feminine. I don't know what the fuck the makeup team did to her to make her this ridiculous. She looks like a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Everyone working with this was absolutely incompetent. At least from what I saw from the trailer, because God knows what would happen if we saw the movie, because they were talking about gender normativity and other shit. You know, in a way, I'm sad that they didn't do it, because we would have had such a great time laughing at it. Like, this is American entertainment now, right? Like, it used to be, you get a nice movie, like something that comes out from Disney or Star Wars, and you actually enjoy the movie. But now, the way American entertainment works is that they make something abominably cringe, and that's not enjoyable. But what's enjoyable is to watch other people laugh at it. That's what modern entertainment is like. Just to have people shit on the productions and wonder, like, what the fuck were they thinking? How did they manage to hire people that are so incompetent that we have to create conspiracy theories that maybe they're brain damaged or something to be able to create something so shit? And not to mention, like, glorifying all of the pathological aspects that lead to depression, right? Apparently, Bubbles is now a drinker, right? Like just shitting on your childhood heroes. This is the main problem, right? Bubbles is now a drinker. Buttercup is a murderer. And the only good person, of course, because this is a progressive show written by progressive people, is the black woman with the short hair. And she's the only hero from all the three. And then they also say, oh no, the cartoon whitewashed us. When the cartoon came before the show, right? Like, again, the writers use the characters like VTubers, like sock puppets, in order to transmit their pathological thinking and their insecurities onto the audience. Like, everything about this was so bad, it's no wonder they're copyright striking the trailer whenever they can. Like, I saw like 6 or 7 Twitter accounts sharing it. All of them had the trailer struck down. They're so fucking embarrassed by it. They want to distance themselves from the production.
Yeah, that's... The thing is, yes, V is going on a rant, like, on not... He's correct about the cringe stuff, but it's also not just the cringe stuff. It's also the fact that they're just inserting their politics instead of actually just having fun with the project, just having fun with something, anything. Just have fun. It's not really that bad. Like, come on, just focus on a freaking thing and just have fun with something. Forget your politics, forget your life, focus on fun. Fun, acolytes.
Actually, there's no other explanation why they're behaving this way. But again, you know, like, every single trope on why people absolutely have ended up despising wokeness can be seen in this show. Just taking an IP that means something for people because they grew up with it, right? So, like, it's nostalgic, it reminds them of their childhood, it places them in a happy feeling. It's like, oh, it's the Powerpuff Girls, you know? I'm not going to watch the Powerpuff Girls anymore, but, like, when my son grows up, yeah, sure, like, I would have my son watch that. So what they do is they taint the image, right? Like, if this show came out, like, I wouldn't let my son watch the Powerpuff Girls anymore because, heaven forbid, he actually manages to watch this shit. Where, again, you have the insecurities and the trauma from the writers being projected on the audience. Why would I want my son exposed to the trauma and the insecurities of the writers? And it's also the mean-spiritedness of the thing, right? Like, in recent time, America is just incapable of producing culture anymore. Like, they can't just produce something new.
Correct.
They're taking something that already exists, and they're making a sequel to it. Or they're making an adaptation, or a live action, or whatever. Now, if you were the person in charge of something like this, you know, you're given something of extreme value. You're given something of prestige. And instead of being thankful to the original creators, because now you have a job, instead of, you know, at least paying some respect and homage to the people that created that, no, you gotta say these mean lines, like, oh my goodness, they whitewashed us in the cartoon, right? Implying that the original creators were racist. And then what you also gotta do is you need to shit on everything. Like let's take those heroes, those cats.
Yes, and this is the biggest problem about the entire thing. Just focus on yourself, do a good job, and then it's fine, nobody will. But they're just taking every single thing. Every single nice old thing that actually was here. And just destroying my memories. My freaking memories about the Powerpuff Girls. I watched it when I was a kid. I remember vividly the the one episode where they had an undead mage and actually fought him. This was my favorite.
Characters that we had, and make them obnoxious, make them pathological. Like, oh yeah, like this one is a drunk. This one likes to sleep a lot with a lot of men. You know, like why would you do something like that? The Powerpuff Girls don't sleep around with other men. The Powerpuff Girls are filled with sugar, spice, and everything nice. They know they'll go around drinking. They're not vulgar people. And I get it, like, this is an adaptation where the Powerpuff Girls grew up. Yeah, when the Powerpuff Girls grew up, they would get married and they would have wholesome families. And they would raise kids. And they wouldn't cheat on their husband. They wouldn't get a divorce. They would have stable jobs. They would be good housewives. Because they're made out of sugar, spice, and everything nice. I can't see the Powerpuff Girls going around murdering Mojo Jojo. That's not who they are. That's not what they do. Right? And so this is a vile interpretation. This is a vile take on a kid show that is now that is now supposed to create, you know, nice memories to adults and create a little bit of nostalgia. Like when I think about the Powerpuff Girls, I remember my childhood home where I grew up, sitting in front of the TV. That's what I get when I'm thinking about it. And now they want me to think about Bubbles being a drunk. Unacceptable.
This is... I agree with him. The thing is, this is unacceptable. It's just destroying the good old things that we had. And again, there just isn't anything to add to V. V is so on point. And everybody who dislikes this kinds of thing, yeah, I understand it. And even if people get mad, yeah, what did you actually expect? What did you expect? What? You're going in, destroying the childhood's memories of everyone for no effing reason, and then this? Yeah, F everyone for this one, but as it is, good night, Acolyte.